I'm Anatoly Kvitnitsky. I'm with Experian in the corporate development strategy team. So I'm going to be covering today the evolution of reputation. And we've seen a lot of new identity companies coming up in the space. I just want to show you what we've seen lately. Perfect. So this is how we've been looking at the identity landscape to date. And we're still kind of looking at this framework, but we're going to be adding on to it. So take a look at it now. It's connect, protect, manage, and then as well as benefit. So traditionally, your reputation was, who do you know? Do you trust this person? Can you give this person a loan? But then to really scale that out for financial institutions came the credit report. So that really became your reputation, right, and the credit score. But now things like social data are used to actually make financial decisions. So you see this guy here on the left side dressed really well, and then as impressive as his self-kickstand really is, it might affect him getting a loan down the line. So social reputation is now being actually quantified in a way by companies like Cloud. So no longer is the mean girls type of like high school reputation where it's like where you sit in a cafeteria. It's now actually quantitatively used objectively. So next is restaurant reputations. We used to use books like Where Do We Go for Dinner, but now it's crowdsourced through things like Yelp, and that's where you find. That's where I found my coffee shop this morning. I think that's where I'll find where to eat nowadays. So further on the shopping, further on how we consumers consume things, shopping. We used to get recommendations from friends, but now we look at things like Amazon and how do other people have already purchased this product feel about it, and that's how we really make decisions nowadays. And on the other side of it, it's like seller reputation. When we work with someone on the other side of the table, are they who they say they are? Are they going to provide the goods on time? And should we trust them with our money and our business? So next we have employer reviews. So if you've ever interviewed with the company, they're always going to tout how great their culture is, what a great place this is to work. But we never really knew until things like Glassdoor came out, where you can research a company before you actually go to work for them and keep the company honest before what they tell you. And then as employees, there's been a lot of controversy where people lying on their resume. I actually just found out about a company that actually searches you on LinkedIn and to make sure the things that you're posting on LinkedIn are actually accurate. So the CV traditionally is potentially going away. Finally, online reputation. Before you meet someone, you're probably going to Google them or see what they've done, see what talks they've done, or things like that. But what are people finding out about you online, and is it actually accurate? So then health is a really interesting one. I have Fitbit here. We have Misfit devices as well. But these companies are tracking our data, and it's only a matter of time before insurance companies are going to incentivize us to share that data with them to possibly get some kind of rewards or discounts. So we travel along this landscape really fast, but we start off with financial protection. Then we kind of moved into the social and other web reputation and protection. But in the future, we're really moving more into an identity management, cloud management type environment. So with the more data these companies are storing, there's actually been a lot more data breach business nowadays with the companies losing our data. Evernote, LinkedIn, Living Social, just some of the big names that have lost our data in the tens of millions of PII information. Next is medical identity theft. Has really increased a lot lately. I know the cost is going up really fast. As well as how the bad guys are actually incentivized to commit this kind of fraud. And our data is where traditional identity theft fraud is just your SSN name and address. Someone can probably get a loan with just those 3 items. And that's worth about $5 on the black market. But if you add in your medical information, like a medical card, that number goes 10x to $50. So they're much more incentivized to steal that information from you. Next is tax fraud. It's someone taking out your tax rebate before you get to it. And the problem is it's really hard for governments to track this, and they usually just end up eating the cost for this. So my next slide serves 2 purposes. So the first lady of tax fraud actually stole $3 million of consumer money, and she actually posted about it on Facebook. So the government caught, the FBI caught her, and she got 21 years in prison for doing this. So a real problem. So the question really becomes, how do we protect consumers in the future with all these kind of ever-changing ways of reputation and identity management? And we're thinking at Experian like mobile-first solution. And we're looking at a digital wallet concept where we're thinking about putting in your financial information in a place where you can carry with you at all times, but always looking for partners and other data sources, API enabled, that can help consumers manage their reputation in the future.